Today I'm going to be telling you about crowdfunding. In other words, how to use other people's money to launch your business. Hey guys, welcome back. So as an entrepreneur and a university lecturer, I'm always on the lookout to find new ways to grow my business. So one thing that I've never tried is actually crowdfunding. I tell my students about it, but I've never tried it myself. So this time I decided to give it a try with the product that I have developed myself. It's a planner that helps you be more organized and productive and finally reach your goal while staying sane. So the creative and graphic design process is over. I have invested in those myself with my own money, but for printing purposes, I actually thought of crowdfunding. So the idea is to pre-sell the product before it's out. That way, you know that when the product is out, people are actually buying it and there is demand for it. So I've only started the campaign about 5 days ago, but there are already some insights that I would like to share with you guys that I hope you will find useful. Okay, so the first one is you need to have an exact idea of the goal of the campaign. So the goal would be like how many products you want to sell, in my case planners, or how much money do you need to actually start your business. It could be an amount in euros or dollars or a quantity. Now it's very easy to reach for very high numbers, but here you have to be really strategic. You don't want to ask for too low not to be able to really achieve your goal, and you don't want to ask for too much because you may actually not reach that number and then you will lose everything. So make sure to take the necessary time to calculate really your needs, because here it's not really about making money, it's about testing your product. You're not in the mindset of profiting, you're in the mindset of testing a product and seeing whether it has a place in the marketplace. The second thing is your landing page. It needs to be really appealing. It needs to have all the information that one needs to actually give you their credit card number. The text should be really explanatory. You need to tell a little bit of history about your product and who you are, what's the product about, the specs of the product or the business in general, what you're gonna do with the money, and don't forget to add visuals, because visuals work pretty well. Like, they help you boost your campaign. So whether that's gifts or any sort of video that's really appealing and engaging. Okay, number 3 is your network. Now, you need to know people who you're gonna send the link to, who you're gonna ask to participate in your campaign. So if you don't know very many people, chances are the campaign is not gonna succeed. You need to have a reasonable number of people in your network. Now for myself, I started with my family, like very close family, my mom, my dad, my brother, sister. These are the first one who actually bought from me. Once I finish reaching out to my family, then I move on to friends and close contacts. You need to know people and you need to be comfortable reaching out to them and asking them to contribute to your campaign. Number 4 is getting used and comfortable asking for money. Yes, you will be doing that throughout the entire campaign duration. You will be almost begging for money, please, please. And you will see that when you reach out to people, a lot of them will say, yes, yes, I will do it. But then they just vanish, they disappear. Like, I have friends of mine, close friends of mine, they're like, yeah, sure, Safa, we will get it. But they're not buying it. And I'm like, hey, I need your girl to do it now because it's gonna help my campaign. But that's normal. I mean, this is how it works. Some people will take a lot of time to actually make the transactions. Some other people will not do it at all. And then you will get some nice surprises, like some people who are giving you lots of tips for what you ask for, and you're like, oh, why are you doing that? This is so sweet of you. or some just random people that you've never met in your life or barely know in your life who are also contributing. So you will get some nice and some bad surprises, but this is like the beauty of this experience. But the thing that I want to emphasize on is that you need to hustle. People will not come to you and just buy from you. You need to go to them and explain to them why it's important to you, and then really do it day in, day out. I think for the past 3 days, I wasn't in front of my screen because it was like weekend and all, so I didn't get any sales. Today is Monday, so I'm going back into hustling. When I'm not hustling, I'm not making any sales. When I'm hustling, I'm making sales. And number 5 is actually just something that I wanted to warn you, is that you will at some point feel like you just want to drop the ball. Like I felt it myself. Within like the first 3 days, I was like, why am I doing this? I mean, the amount I'm asking for is very small. Is it really worth my time and energy? But the important thing to know is that you're actually not doing it just for that money you're asking for. You're doing it because you're building your brand, you're testing a new product. These people, you know, they're giving you their money, so they're voting with their credit card. They're voting for you. So it's very difficult for them as well to believe in someone or something or a new product. It's taking time on both ends, but it's fine. So keep an eye on the price and on why you're doing it. But at the same time, it's an experience. It's something that I have to experience before I can ask for a bigger amount, or before my planner is a sort of like a best-selling planner. We have to start somewhere, and that's what entrepreneurship is all about. It's about trial and error, testing and retesting, being close to your community, to your clients, readapting your product. So this is like an invaluable experience that we're getting. And yes, being demotivated because the sales are not being as fast as I want them to, or because it's really frustrating to be like reminding people every time, it's part of the deal, and you have to be prepared for it. Like your mindset should be like, okay, the next 30 days I'm dedicating myself to doing this. No matter what happens, I will continue. Now, one thing that you need to know is if you don't reach your goal, the campaign just stops and you don't get the money. You don't get any money at all. So it's really important to understand what your needs are and reach that objective, because otherwise you would have spent 30 days hustling for nothing. Overall, I think crowdfunding is a wonderful experience and experiment if you want to test your sales techniques and sales skills, but also test your product and business. You will get your first customers and maybe your first brand ambassador. So that's invaluable. The platform I'm using, which is KissKissBankBank, is actually taking 8% of all sales. That's their commission. And you shouldn't really rely on the platform to promote you, and you may not be seen on their homepage or their newsletter. So you have to rely only on your network to promote your campaign. So I hope this gives you an idea on how crowdfunding works. Definitely let me know down below what product or business you would consider launching on a crowdfunding platform. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Like the video if you liked it and share it with your friends. I will see you very soon. Bye!